Today, we're jumping into one of the most fascinating and honestly famous business stories to come out of India, the Tata Nano. It's a wild ride, a story of huge ambition, a really tough market failure, and now some very persistent rumors of an electric comeback. So, let's start with the big question, the one that still gets debated in business schools. How on earth did a car with such a revolutionary vision, the people's car, no less, just fail to connect with people? And you can't overstate the hype at the beginning. Just look at that number, over 2 lakh bookings right at launch. The demand was through the roof. The media was all over it, globally. So what happened? Where did it all go so wrong? Let's dig in. Okay, so first up, Section 1, the people's car paradox. We've got to understand the original vision here because the Nano wasn't just another car. It was a massive strategic bet by Tata Motors to really shake things up and take on Maruti's long-standing dominance. The idea itself was, genuinely brilliant. The goal was to give millions of Indian families a real, safer alternative to their scooters and motorcycles. A proper car that kept them out of the rain and was safer on the roads. It was all about aspiration, about moving up in life. All right, Section 2, Anatomy of a Market Failure. So despite all that early buzz and the flood of bookings, sales just never ever hit their targets. We're talking a plan for over 250,000 cars a year, but they barely managed 70,000 in their best years. By 2019, it was pretty much over. So the question is, why? This right here, this slide gets to the absolute heart of the problem. It was a massive disconnect. See, Tata was selling an aspirational upgrade, but what the market heard was the cheapest car. And in India, a car is so much more than just transport, right? It's a statement, it's a symbol of success. That cheapest tag, which was meant to say accessible, ended up branding it as a compromise, and it just killed the aspirational value. And this created the perfect storm. First, you have that disastrous cheapest car label. Then things got way worse with those very public reports of cars catching on fire, which created a huge safety scare. On top of that, they really struggled with distribution. They couldn't get the car in front of their target audience in small towns and rural areas. So what happened? People just paid a little bit more and bought a Maruti Alto, which felt like a much safer, more respectable choice. But hold on, the story might not be over. Let's fast forward to today. Now we're in Section 3. The electric rebirth rumors. For the last couple of years, there's been this constant buzz that the Nano might be coming back, but this time as an EV. Now, if the rumors are true, this is a totally different car. We're talking about a smart city EV designed for urban life. The rumored price is somewhere between 5 to 9 lakh rupees. It's expected to have a decent range, maybe up to 200 kilometers, and, this is key, modern features. Airbags, infotainments, all the stuff that was missing from the original and is now pretty much standard. It's a complete shift in thinking. Okay, a quick but really important disclaimer here. I have to stress that Tata Motors has not officially confirmed any of this. Everything we're talking about with the Nano EV is, for now, just speculation based on media reports and industry chatter. So, that brings us to Section 4, a second chance. Let's say the rumors are true. Does a Nano EV actually have a shot in today's market? This is where we get into the core strategy. Is this a potential redemption story, or are they just setting themselves up to repeat history? And this slide really lays out the whole puzzle. On the one hand, you have some serious pros. The timing couldn't be better with the EV boom in India. Plus, Tata is now a trusted leader in the EV space, with cars like the Nexon. But on the other hand, you have that massive brand baggage from the original Nano. How do you convince people to forget the past, especially in a market that's getting more crowded every day? All right, let's bring it all together in our final section, Section 5, Key Strategic Takeaways. So for us as students of business, as future strategists, what are the big lessons we need to pull from this whole saga? Okay, here are the crucial points to remember. Number 1, perception is way more powerful than price. Being the cheapest was a curse, not a blessing. 2, timing is everything. The original might have been too early, but an EV version could be right on time. 3, repositioning a brand is incredibly difficult. You're not just launching a car, you're trying to erase old memories. But 4, trust can be transferred. Tata's success with the Nexon EV could lend a halo of credibility to a new Nano. And finally, the biggest lesson of all, you have to understand your customers' dreams, not just their wallet. So, I'll leave you with this question. Put yourself in the strategist's chair at Tata Motors. You've got the huge tailwind of the EV revolution pushing you forward, but you also have the heavy anchor of the Nano's past holding you back. It's a textbook case study, but with millions on the line. What's the call? Would you give the Nano EV the green light?